So this goes back again to terrain modification. When you have been living a life that you become somewhat of a you become a symbiote for a vampire. This is the term, meaning that when you eat artificial food, you think negative thoughts, and you do those kind of things, then there's something that has to digest all that for you. There's something that has to eat all of that. That is what we're calling the devil and the negative energies and the Illuminatis and all of this. They are fueling themselves off of our waste, literally in every single tense. So in that kind of relationship, when you look at it into nature and things, you can find the solution of what exactly to do. So people are asking, okay, so what do I do about it? What you do is you have to practice the levels of healing and wholeness, which is by giving it the opportunity to expand, because you're expanding. So this is how you tell your body in every tense. And like I said, it goes to everybody. You tell your body, look, and you do this by action. Now I'm switching frequencies and vibrations. I'm going into something more expansive than this. You're welcome to come. This is when you start drinking blue-green algae and you start drinking all these things. All the worms in the system which are controlling their frequency, candida and all these other frequencies of worms that are replicating inside the body, they have two choices. They can either transmute, and they even have a transmuting stage. Don't deny them. Or they can pass, which means they'll actually come out of your body and come out of the bowels, and they'll be gone. But you have to do it like that, because if you go and kill them, and they've been around ever since your beginning, maybe since you were drinking Similac with iron or Enfamil or all of that, and you've never really cleaned out your intestinal system or none of that, if you try to kill them immediately, you'll probably do a lot of damage to yourself. And this is what most people are presented with now, is that they have to start working on something that's not immediate. This is a 6-month thing. There's no rush. Once you get into this, you'll discover there's no time. They're playing a game out here in this illusionary porous reality. Like everything here is porous. Air and can pass through it. So to me, and to how it should be for everyone else, all this is just made up of globules of essence that can easily be maneuvered by the right state of mind. But we're still in a point where we have to do this smoothly. Be easy. Don't do something aggressively that you're going to regret or that's not going to work. You start gradually changing the frequency. This should take no more than 6 months. It starts off with changing the diet, changing all intake, the air you breathe. Basically, you order it on your necessity. The body is calibrated so we know what will be the most effective to us based on how long we can live without it. So that means the first most important thing is our breath. How long can we live without our breath? It's a very short period of time. It's shorter than how long we can live without water. Likewise, water is shorter than how long we can live without food. So this is the order that you have to go in. You work with your breath. Like, what am I breathing every day? The next thing, your water. Can you get some distilled water in the house? Should I invest in one of those $200 rather than a $200 pair of shoes and then have an infinite water supply that's actually powered? Distilled water goes in batteries for a reason. Think about distilled water. Now, if you find on posts, they'll say that it's bad for you, it's unstructured water. Don't listen to what they're saying, because in theory, just in itself, if a battery, one in your car, needs distilled water before it can actually charge its cells again, you can't pour tap water in there? How, if your body is a cell for energy, could tap water ever power you and help you? The second thing is that if you notice why they tell you to put distilled water in an iron or in a diffuser or in anything that actually has some level of combustion or steam to it, is because tap water clogs up and puts calcium all around the ducts of these devices. So where water sprays out, it's all calcified. Where steam comes out, it's all calcified. So why would you put this same kind of water in your system for it to calcify all of your ducts? So this is the same thing. Likewise, how often do you change the filters in your car? You can't drive your car for 10 years without changing the oil filter. So how are we driving our body for 10, 20 years without changing the filters and then acting like we're seeing things clearly? How can you see things clearly? Your filters are dirty.